Let's go.
Ooh.
Oh, the music. The
Ooh,
music.
ooh. All right, everyone. Welcome to the first session of From the Depths They Rise. So, let me give you my little intro speech, and I'm sure I'll fuck it up, but here we go. So, dog, welcome to Severa, a continent surrounded by mysterious storms that's home to a variety of beings. A land of horror, violence, mystery. Yet also a land of stories, adventure, happiness, life. Severa is a land where the people stick to the cities and towns, villages and major camps. When traveling, most don't even leave the roads. They stick to the path to get out of the wilds as fast as possible. Monsters, thieves, scoundrels, horrible entities just roam about, making the wilds a very dangerous place to be. Nature itself opposes the living. Electric storms, acid rain, tornadoes, fire tornadoes, sharknadoes, swarms of black flies. Such natural events can crop up in an instant, reducing even the most experienced party to a pile of scorched bones. Yet even these natural horrors can be followed by beautiful meteor showers, atmospheric light shows that could reduce even the most stoic of barbarians to tears. Rainbows of colors you didn't even know existed. To the north of the land sit the Silver Peaks, the unspeakably massive mountain range dominating the northern point of the land, towering over everything, visible from nearly every point on Severa. To the south sits the Palm of the World, a plateau with a mountain range along its edge, giving the illusion of the earth itself reaching for the sky. Upon the Palm of the World sits the city of Drakengale, the largest city on Severa, a technological powerhouse. Drakengale is home to a diverse populace. All manner of species reside there, some which can't be found anywhere else in the land. All are welcome there as long as they remain useful. To the northeast sits Hillsdale and its neighboring sister cities of Hillcross and Hillside, very creatively named. Hillsdale and the surrounding area are kind of like the human capitals of the land. A capitalistic dream or a nightmare, depending on who you talk to. Hillsdale has been a mainstay in the world politics for at least 2 centuries. To the southeast sits South Point, a lawless city of thieves, assassins, pirates, scoundrels of all sorts. Survival of the fittest rules here. If ever you need something that can't be found in a normal marketplace, or a service that defies most morals, South Point is the place to go. In the center of the land within the nameless desert sits the Abyss, an endless depths of unknown origin that has been a magnet for research and foolhardy adventurers who believe they will be the first to enter its black maw and return alive. Farlow is a little town that sits on the edge, a small city of desert dwellers who make their living by scrounging the desert for ancient artifacts, hides of monsters, so on and so forth. To the west lays the mysterious Overfern, a great swamp home to who knows what horrors. Elsum, the legendary elven city where very few living beings have seen, sits just above it. And then the ancient city, dwarven city of Grimhold, which none have visited in millennia. And lastly, in the southwest lays the city of Coven Springs, a gothic paradise to those who live there, a gothic horrorscape to those on the east coast. Among all these locations, despite the horrors of the world, stories can be found everywhere. The mundane day-to-day life of farmers, the exciting adventures of pirates, the heroic feats of an upcoming party of adventurers. And our story begins here, in Coven Springs, intertwining lives, all chasing their own goals, all leading to the same place. Let's go ahead and get started. Woo! So,
You didn't fuck it up.
I didn't. Yeah, let's go. Speech time. So,
Yeah. Yes.
Coven Springs. Towering castles, towering towers, gothic buildings, cathedrals. It's full moon tonight, rain, very slightly pouring down, a nice misting. It's about 6 p.m., 7 p.m. People are starting to get out of work. The fishermen are coming in, putting their boats on the docks, taking their hauls to the market, preparing for the next day. People are scrounging about, looking for a place to eat, looking for a place to drink. And out of all of the countless individuals living in Coven Springs, one of them, a very beautifully colored elf, Silver Mist. Would you like to describe yourself to the party?
Yes. Silver Mist stands at 5'11" and have a graceful, slender build. She has long, knee-length, mint green colored hair dressed in 2 buns on the top of her head and 2 braids running down her torso. Her lilac-colored skin has a slight silver sheen to it and peppered with silver freckles. She bears a small, dainty face with silver eyes flecked with gold and no visible sclera, a button nose, full lips, and ears that are long and pointed. Her ears are adorned with golden jewelry, and a delicate headpiece with a moonstone pendant sits across her brow. She wears elaborate scale mail the color of opalescent pale silver with a shield shaped like a waxing moon. Around her hip is a sheath blade and a satchel where a few vials are tucked in outside pockets. Slung across her shoulders is a small pot of a shrub with silver leaves on it.
Perfect. And tell me, what are you doing right now?
Currently, I am trying to find somewhere where I can um, rest in order to look for where the Rat Crown Academy is in the morning.
Yeah, so as you're kind of wandering the streets, you can hear, people are kind of talking about, oh, what's the plan for tonight? Where are we going? And a name that constantly crops up is the Misty Step. It seems to be a very well-known tavern, one of like the main ones of the city. And from what you can tell, it is just very close nearby. A group of people kind of passes you, and they're I'm gonna beat you today at Uno. Let's quick, let's get to the Misty Step and see what happens. And so this party that seems to be going to the Misty Step walks past you. You can just kind of assume that they'll lead you there.
Okay, I'll go follow them.
Fantastic. While Silver Mist follows this group of normal people on the way to the Misty Step, we go to another area of the city where a Dragonborn seems to be looking for a certain something. Zundor, would you like to describe yourself to the party?
Hello, I am Zundor. I 7 feet, weigh 180 pounds, with silver eyes and silver skin. I'm Dragonborn from Silver Ancestry, and I guess I could do a little bit of where I am from.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. What are you doing? What brings you to Coven Springs?
So, I'm part of the local guilds in Inkloft, where I have been banned because my pottery skills have been getting worse because I've lost 2 fingers. So, because of that, I'm out on an adventure here in Coven Springs seeking Jun, who is a very famous potterist, and rumor has it he only has 2 fingers on one hand as well and is a vampire. So I'm here to find Jun and hope to be his apprentice.
Fantastic. So you kind of know that, whenever going to a city, one of the best places to get information, or at least start, is a tavern. And I guess you've also heard of this tavern known as the Misty Step. Surprise, surprise. This isn't forced at all, I promise. And yeah, tell me, what do you want to do? You just want to head on over to this tavern?
Yes.
Okay.
There now.
Yeah, similarly to Silver Mist, you can hear a lot of people talking about it. Would you like to? Yeah, you can just, if you'd like, you can just follow someone who seems to be heading, looking for a place to drink, and they'll most likely lead you there.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Oh, this is so forced and fantastic. I love it. So, in another part of the city, most of you are going to be in the. I wish I had a map. I do have the map. Just not prepared. The northernmost part of the city of Coven Springs leads up to one of the main roads that leads back at this here map. So Coven Springs is tied to one of the main roads, this main road here, and it comes down to the northern part of the city, and the Misty Step Tavern is in this northern part. It's kind of like the market district. And however you have come here, for whatever purpose, you've all kind of come from the northern entrance to the city. So, as we look to another street, another location for another person, Mr. Okinos, would you like to describe yourself to the party?
Yes. Hello. I am Okinos. I am gonna be a pirate from South Point. I'm like a 5'6" to 5'8" tiefling, with red skin and white hair, unless you look at my profile picture.
We ignore that.
I look kind of rough around the edges. My clothes aren't super expensive, kind of tattered. I came to the town to find a way to get stronger and just meet people.
Fantastic. As a youth from South Point, when you enter a city, what do you think the first thing you do is? What is the first thing you're going to look for?
Tavern.
Ah, the tavern. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Who would have expected that? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, you would probably look for a tavern.
I'm gonna get drunk.
Yeah. I guess as you entered here, I probably should have done this for everyone, and I apologize I did not. But what do you think? How would you have kind of looked for a tavern? Would you have asked someone, or would your innate youth alcohol enjoying abilities, can you smell it from like across the city? Followed your way there.
You just see where more homeless people are on the street. There's probably a tavern nearby.
Okay. Fuck. All right. Well, you know what? You're not wrong. Damn. Okay. Fantastic. I guess this is kind of weird, but let me open that same option up to Zundor and Silver Mist. I guess we'll go through the other two, and then if you would like to add something and how you found where the tavern is, you are more than welcome to. First, let me go ahead and say, in another part of the city, an orc, which is not the most common thing, seems to be wandering about. Mr. Dread, would you like to describe yourself to the party?
I would, yes, hello. So, my character, Dread, stands at an imposing 8'6" tall.
Big boy.
He's has a very heavily muscular build that showcases not only his physical strength, but his shoulders are very broad and powerful, and his chest is like a bulwark of iron. His overall presence exudes an intimidating aura, and it makes others instinctively step back in his presence. He has dark green skin, deep forest green, which is typical of orcs, and it's adorned with tribal tattoos that are etched into his flesh. And these tattoos are dark, intricate designs that seem to ride with a sinister energy when he channels his magic. Dread's face is rugged and scarred from countless battles, a testament to his warrior but sinister past. He has sharp, angular features, including a prominent brow ridge and a chiseled jawline. His eyes are fiery crimson, glowing with an eerie, otherworldly light when he taps into his necromantic powers. He has long, unkept, jet black hair that cascades down his back, often tied in crude, leather-bound braids. Some of his hair strands have bone ornaments and trinkets woven into them, symbolizing his connection to the dead. And that's my character.
Edgy, fantastic, love it. Fitting of the name. Tell me, so you what would you be doing in this fine night? At the current moment, you're just kind of walking around the city. What's your goal?
Trying to figure out where I am first and foremost, as I've been as I've been summoned here from past transgressions. I've been banished here, and I'm trying to figure out where I am, find a party, and hopefully find my way back to where I came from.
Absolutely. So, I guess you have a few options. Well, you can do whatever you want, but if you want to try, you try talking to a guard, and maybe they can point you in the right direction. Or you can talk to a beggar, or just try to talk to someone. What do you think your first idea would be in finding out where you are?
I think my first idea would be to try and find some people I could not manipulate, but form a party with and form stronger and try and find my way back. So I think I would start at, surprisingly, a tavern, I think.
A tavern, you say? Wow. Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. How do you go about finding one? Again, ask someone or follow the crowd and hope it leads you to one.
I think I would wander around and eventually find one.
I think you would
After
too.
Exploring the city for long enough.
It's the end of a workday, and without a doubt, you would definitely encounter some people, leaving work and heading on their way to get drinks and dinner, and with that, they would definitely be leading you to the Misty Step.
I think so.
And I guess last but not least, Velarine, tell me, don't tell me. Why don't you describe yourself to the party?
All right, so Velarine stands at an average 5'7", probably I think the shortest of the group at this point. In a nun's habit, which is what she wears, she has a long veil that starts off at the top in a smoky gray, and as it flows down her body, it trails to a deep black on the ends. All the nuns in the temple that I'm from wear this. We all wear intricate gold masks that are decorated with weaving spirals and tendrils of fine gold lines. The nun's habit, the gown that I wear, it swallows me in blackness. I have brassy chains hanging around my neck and chest. Around my hips, I wear a bulky leather belt, the buckle adorned with the emblem of my goddess, which is a waterfall spilling into a still pool. The only bit of my skin that's visible are my hands. I have long, slender fingers adorned with brass nail chains on the ends. And my eyes, which peek from behind my mask. You can see that I have deep brown eyes and very, very pale skin. I also have a censer that dangles against my legs as I walk. It's both a gift from the other priestesses at my temple and a tribute to my servitude to Elda. It's used for all meanings of my work, including rituals, and also a weapon when it needs to be.
And probably also censors a little triangle of skin in between your pants and your top. That good stuff.
Yeah. Perfect little.
Yeah, that Renata triangle. Well,
what classes is everybody, by the way?
I think you'll. Well, if people want to tell you, they can, but you'll probably find it out maybe when you meet each other and discuss.
Bash really doesn't care how I ended up at the tavern. He said, "Now back to me."
Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. Well, Velarine, what are you doing this fine night?
Well, this fine evening, I'm in search of information. I was sent to this lovely city by one of the priestesses at my temple. She said, "Go forth and find information," and I'm going to go where absolutely all nuns are supposed to go. The place where drink and talk is plenty, to the tavern.
The Misty Step, okay. How do you go about finding it?
Most likely follow the trail of drunkards in the street.
A solid plan.
Yeah.
A solid plan.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll retcon this because I did not give Silver Misty this opportunity. we know what you're doing. How would you go about finding the tavern instead of forcing you to follow a group of adventurers?
No, that's probably on point for her.
Okay.
So that's fine.
Okay, great. And then I'll just do the same thing. Zundor, are you okay with how you're finding the tavern, or would you like to elaborate?
Sure, I can elaborate a little bit.
Go for it.
So with me in my bag, I actually carry our potter's cup that we use to drink out of. And as I'm kind of roaming around, looking around here, I see someone from a distance that's also holding the same cup
Okay.
and enter a building. So I follow them in
Okay.
hopes that they're probably also part of the Potter's Guild.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay, everyone. Great. You've all kind of, some way or another, found your way through the city, the market district. Certain stalls are kind of being set up for, midnight snacks. You have skewers, pastries. People are kind of, calling and, hey, come. I know you want some of this. And, hollering for it to make sales. Drunk people kind of line the street, already deep in it. In a few alleyways, you see a homeless person here and there. And just, you're walking through these narrow alleyways with these towering Gothic buildings, both homes, shops, company buildings, who knows what. And after a certain amount of time, you will all inevitably arrive at what you can assume is the Misty Step. And when I say assume, I mean, well, there's a big sign on the front that says the Misty Step. And, raucous laughter comes from within. You hear a bard playing some music. It's 100% a tavern. So I guess we can kind of do this either one at a time, or we'll do it one at a time. Silver Mist, since we started with you, you approach the tavern, and what do you do?
So what do I see? Like,
Yes.
what kind of people are in here?
Yes. Okay. So, even though you're not quite in yet, here is the inside of the tavern. So currently, it's very much working class people, people who just came in from the sea doing their fishing, or came in from hunting. You see a few people dressed up, clearly miners, a few knights and mercenaries. What?
I said children in a bar?
No, pickaxe.
Yeah,
Miners.
Miners.
Yeah, miners. Wow,
I thought you meant
For fuck's sake,
minors.
you're so ill.
Finley, it's miners, not miners.
No. Happy, bite him. Yeah. So there's some clearly some soldiers. A very middle class kind of a tavern, but it's popping. There's a lot of people here. People outside laughing, drinking together. People walking around with turkey legs, just like That's pretty much what you see.
Okay. So all of this is fascinating to her.
Yeah.
So she's gonna take like a solid minute to take in everything around her. She's actually gonna stop by the entryway, and if people are coming in, she's gonna get jostled because she just stopped there.
Yes,
looking at
absolutely.
everything. And then I am going to look for the closest person that I could find, that's kinda more well-to-do,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna imitate their behavior.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
So, I would say, so what you see is a new arrival, kind of. They have not had a drink yet, but it looks like they might be going to meet some people. They kind of open up the front door and they walk in, and they call over to the bartender, and they go, "Oh, it's nice to see you tonight, Alex." And the woman behind the bar goes, "Jeremy, And she starts pouring a glass and hands it to him. And as if he's a regular, he grabs it and he heads off into the tavern and sits down next to some people and like claps her back, going, "Oh, yeah, oh, good to see you, good to see you. Oh, I know work was awful. Finally off though. Let's drink."
Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna raise my hand, call the bartender.
Okay. You notice that he said her name was Alex. So what do you say?
Nice to see you tonight, Alex.
She goes, yeah, of course, yes, good to see you. A little confused look in her face, and she goes, what do you want to drink?
The same thing the gentleman got before me.
She's like, all right, pours a glass of, it's cheap swill, basically, you know, some grog. It'll get the job done, but it doesn't taste very good. And it doesn't smell very good, sorry. And she hands it to you. And
I take it.
she says, enjoy. You want to start a tab?
Oh, totally. Yes.
She goes,
I would like to start a tab.
okay. Is there a name I can put this under?
Silver Mist.
Silver Mist it is. Enjoy yourself, sweetie.
Thank you. And I'm gonna look for an empty table.
Yeah, and you see one. There's actually an empty table right by a window looking out onto the street. It actually happens to be like right next to the table that the gentleman ahead of you sat down at. But it's a nice, clean, empty table, ready to be sat at.
Okay, I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna sip my drink.
Okay, so while you sip your drink, we will go to. You know what, Mr. Okanos,
Yeah.
you know, like you said, you're following the drunkards, the homeless people, and you come across the Misty Tavern. What do you do? Misty Step.
I'm gonna go talk to the barkeep.
Okay. Push open the door. The woman behind the bar looks up and says, "Welcome."
Hi. I was looking for fellow adventurers.
Well, you've come to kind of the right place. Sorry, did I interrupt you?
No, you're good.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you can find some places. If you look in the back, and she motions like on like the back wall, there's a big kind of billboard-looking thing. She says, "Parties looking for people. Usually put up advertisements over there. If you're social, you can go look around for anyone to join you. But can I get you a drink to start with?"
Mead.
Mead? Was it mead?
Mead.
She goes,
Your finest mead, woman.
she like, excuse me? That'll be one
just
gold
wanted-
piece, and I'll get you a mead.
Okay, I'll do it.
She goes,
Mead,
thank
please.
you very much. You look behind her. There's a menu that shows the prices of alcohol, and mead is like 1 silver.
Bruh.
She pockets that, and she goes, she pours it and hands it to you. She holds it out to you.
I'm gonna look at it and then take it, I guess.
Okay. As you reach to grab it, she like, as soon as your hand is around it, she lets go and grabs your arm, says, "A little respect next time," and lets you go.
Damn. What was that about? I didn't even think I was being rude. Okay. I'm gonna go check out the board then.
Okay, absolutely.
In the back.
Yes. Yeah. You head over to the board, and you can see there's a bunch of some people asking for help with goblins or guarding a caravan, or a few people asking for help, doing XYZ, who knows what. So as you peruse the board, we will then kind of shift focus again, and we will go to Velarine. You approach what you can assume is a Misty Step once again, because guess what? There's a sign that says a Misty Step.
Nice. And
And
I can read.
and you can read, yeah. It turns out you learned how to read at some point. Tell us, what are you doing?
As I walk up to the door of the Misty Step, I pinch where the bridge of my nose would be, but wearing a mask, so I can't do that. And I take in a deep breath and I go, well, here goes nothing. And I push open the door. And I imagine, as people typically do when someone enters an establishment, everyone kind of catches a glance, but you get the double take because
Yeah.
you're a nun in a tavern. And everyone kind of quiets down, and I just a little one of those, and I walk over to the bartender. I'll go see Alex first.
So some people definitely do kind of double take at you, but not as many as you'd usually expect. But definitely a few people kind of look and they're like, huh, interesting outfit. And as you walk over to the bar, Alex looks at you and goes, welcome, sweetie. What can I get you?
I go, unless you're serving holy water, I don't think there's anything on the menu for me. Can I just have a glass of water, please?
She goes, well, yeah, absolutely. Turns around and glass mug fills up with some water, and she turns around and here you go, darling.
I go, thank you kindly. Now, if anyone was looking for any kinds of informations or advertisements of sorts, you have a place for that here?
Yes, absolutely. If you look at the back wall, and she gestures to the back wall, and you can see the billboard. She goes, there you can find advertisements and so on and so forth. For information, sweetie, it's a weeknight. You just gotta sit down and listen.
Thank
People
you
talk loud.
kindly.
Of course. You want to start a tab? I'm just
Yeah.
kidding, it's water. Go have fun.
And I go to the board at the back as well.
Okay. You heard what's back there. You walk up next to this tiefling, which is also perusing it. As you look at this board, let's just get the last two people in. Dread. Using your incredible senses, you are able to follow drunkards and revelry, and you find the entrance to this very famous tavern. What do you do?
Yeah. So he hears a lot of commotion inside, so he decides to head inside and check it out. And he almost has to crouch down to enter the Misty Step.
Oh, you do.
This large
You do.
stature.
You absolutely, you have to like open the door and like,
Yeah. Almost crawl in.
yeah.
And as soon as he enters, he's almost taken aback. Like, the loud commotion seems to settle, and people notice his aura and his presence. And he's used to the uncivilized orc surroundings of fighting, yelling, and arguing, so he almost has a bit of culture shock from these new surroundings.
Yeah. So just let me tell you what happens when you enter in. Yeah, this massive, dreadful looking orc kind of stomps in, and people kind of look at you and double take, and a few whispers go out, and then in the back corner, a Goliath, a man who matches you in height, goes, a fellow tall one, welcome, brother, and he smashes his mug on the table and then sits back down, and people are just like, yep, all right, that's good, and they all go back to drinking and partying and so on and so forth.
Okay. I think I would feel very out of place in this situation. I would try not to draw too much attention to myself, and I would just go and order myself a drink.
Yes, absolutely. So once the bar is right nearby, I assume you go to the bar, and the bartender, she looks at you and goes, she looks up and goes, well, hello there. What can I get you?
I would have the strongest thing that they possibly have.
She kind of looks at you and is like, yeah, that makes sense. Let me get you the Goliath brew. And she gets like beneath the counter, and you hear cork of a bottle opening, and she pours this dark. When you smell it, it's like motor oil almost. She goes, "This should do the trick," and hands you a mug of this viscous, very alcoholic smelling beverage.
I would tilt my head up, pour it down my throat without even swallowing, drop my octave, drop my voice octave by 2, look at her in the eyes and say, another.
Great. She goes, all right, I take it you're going to start a tab then. And she takes it back and pours another one and hands it back to you.
I would keep drinking until the commotion seems to get a bit too much, and I would notice a board at the end, by the side of the tavern.
Well, yeah,
I'd
so
check it out.
so yeah, as you're kind of standing there, what do you say? You're kind of like just perusing the room, seeing what's up?
Just seeing what my surroundings are like. 'Cause
Yes.
it's all trying to take it all in.
Yes. So yeah, in the back on the back wall, as you said, there is a board with 2 figures standing by it, looking at it. A lot of people playing dice games, card games, and then if your back is to the bar, to your left on the backhand wall is that board, and then on the right, on a wall lining where the door is, you see a single, mostly empty table with a beautiful looking elf sitting at it, and pretty much every other table is taken up.
I would go to the table with the elf.
Damn, okay. So, you head over to the table, and while you do that, Zundor, you have also finally arrived at the Misty Step. Tell us, what do you do?
Hello. So I walk in, kind of take a look around, as I was following someone before into here that was holding a potter's mug.
Yes.
And so I take mine out of my bag and kind of just hold it out awkwardly. And yeah, make my way to the bartender to get some information.
Yes. So the person with the bowl or mug before you, they entered before you, and they sat down at the bar. They're sitting at the bar. The last seat, they took up the last seat, and they handed the mug to, or the bowl, I don't remember what it was, I'm terrible, but they handed it to the barkeep, and she filled it with whatever they desired. So, you walk up awkwardly holding this, did you say it was what was it, a bowl or a mug?
A mug, yeah.
Yeah, so you kind of walk over awkwardly, and she goes, well, hello there, do you want me to fill that up for you?
Yes, can you fill it with your finest ale?
Our finest ale, of course. She kind of takes it, and as she turns around to fill it, she says, today we have a very nice, we call it our evergreen ale. And she does a keg, and it pours out, and she goes in this long-winded explanation about how this evergreen ale is brewed in a forest of evergreens, but it's actually a pumpkin-flavored ale. And it's a funny bit of a misnomer as she stops pouring and hands it to you, and it finishes explaining that people come in expecting it to taste like pine, and then it's pumpkin, and she finds it really funny. And then as she hands you the mug.
So I take a drink and just am enjoying this new drink I haven't tried before.
Yes, absolutely.
And tell the bartender thank you for, serving me this fine mug of ale here.
Yep, and she says, is that it, or you want to start a tab?
I will start a tab. Yes.
Very
I
good.
need to get more ale in me throughout the night.
Very good, very good. All right, so you have a tab started. What are you going to do now?
I will look around the room and see if I can identify the person that had their potter's mug with them as well.
Yeah. So the person with Potter's mug, they sat down at the bar, so they're actually very close to you. They're at the end of the bar. You're like at kind of the front where you order your drink, and they are just sitting there, kind of sipping out of their mug.
So I would like to approach them.
Okay.
And is that a little too off?
No, that's fantastic. So yeah, so you approach them, and while you approach them, let's do this. So, Silver Mist, like you said, you're sitting at your table, and this orc, huge orc, starts approaching you. Why don't you guys kind of, what do you guys do? How does this play out?
I'm just nursing my cub and just look up at him because he's so tall, and just staring.
And Dread, what do you do with this information?
Well, I noticed she's also not from this area, being an elf. So I tried to get some information from her of what she's doing here.
All right. What do you say? Just like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna walk up and say something to her?
I would sit down with my drink and ask her, yes.
Well, you should probably do that. Go ahead and ask her what you want to ask her.
I would ask her what she's doing in a place like this, and she doesn't look like she's from around here.
Oh, yes. I am looking for Ragcrown Academy. Would you happen to know where that is?
I would not. I arrived here today, and I'm a bit lost on where I am. I'm looking for some other people to help me around here.
Oh, well, we are in a similar situation. I also arrived just now.
That is a similar situation, a very uncanny one. Maybe we could help each other out.
Oh, yes, that would be most excellent.
So, as you guys are talking, a person from the table next to you kind of drunkenly stands up, and he walks over and he goes, Did you say you're looking for Rat Crown Academy? As he pats you on the back, Dread.
My character would I would very quickly stand up, turn and face him. My eyes would glow crimson red, and I would start to growl.
Okay, so let's do our first roll of the game. I will need you to give me an intimidation check. So if you have your character open, the app open.
I do, yes.
So you will want to roll.
This is the part that's all new to me, by the way.
Yes, of course, yeah. Yep, nope. Rolling is you'll pick it up fast once you kind of get how it works. It's pretty quick. So you can do two things. You can roll in the app, or you can roll on Roll20 by typing /R space D20. Something. Oh well, it /R 20 like that, and that will roll D20.
Okay.
And then from that you will you will roll or you will add what's called your charisma modifier. So on the app, if you can look at your ability scores, it'll tell you what your ability modifier for charisma is, or you can just tell us what your score. You said +1?
+4.
+4. Beautiful. So you would take your D20, you'd roll it, and then you'd add 4 to that, and that would be your intimidation.
So 13.
13, yeah, okay. So this man, kind of drunk, he looks at you and he's like, "Oh, I'm okay. I'm sorry. I just wanted to help." And he's gonna back away, and he's gonna sit back down at his table and kind of like look back at you a few times.
Okay.
I'm gonna call out to him. Yes, I would like to know where Rat Crown Academy is.
He kind of looks at you and is like, he looks at Silver Mist, looks at Dread, back and forth, and he's like, and turns in his chair. Okay, well, Rat Crown is in the Northeast District. If you were to head, and he gives you directions to, if you were to go out of the tavern, take a left, it would lead you to the city center, and then you would take the easternmost street, and that would lead you to Rat Crown Academy.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Enjoy your drink. He huddles back and looks back a few times.
Then I'm gonna turn to Dread, and I will clap my hands and be like, "You were most scary."
I would look at Silver Mist with deadpan eyes and kind of sigh.
It's just a nice sigh.
Just a nice sigh.
Okay, so Silver Mist, do you want to respond to that, or should we go ahead and shift the scene over to the billboard?
We can shift.
Okay. So while you guys are figuring out about Rat Crown's academy and these two, out of place people meeting, we will go to the billboard where Velarine and Okinos are perusing for information. What are you guys up to? What are you doing?
So I see Velarine walk up as I'm looking at the board, and I say hello and ask what they're looking for.
And I turn over to him and I go, "Hello." And I go, "Just browsing at this point." And I'm staring intently at the board with my finger tapping away at my chin, just thinking and looking and thinking and looking and taking everything in there.
Yeah, so tell me, what exactly do you have a certain goal? Are you looking for a certain piece of information that you want to share with the class?
I'm just looking for anything at this point that mentions Eldath.
Okay. Yeah, so you see a lot of both of you see a lot of advertisements for monster slaying or work involving, fishing advertisements, masonry, construction, mercenary work, so on and so forth. And as you kind of look at a certain point in the very bottom corner, you can see what appears to be a piece of paper that at the very bottom has what looks like a pond with a waterfall going into it. And if you were to look at that, you would see that someone came in here trying to, save some lost souls, and there's an advertisement for the Church of Eldath, the local chapter of the Church of Eldath.
Upon seeing that on the billboard, I rip it off, fold it up, tuck it into my pocket, and I look over at Okinos and I say, "Is there anything in particular you're looking for?"
I'm just looking for strong friends, warriors to learn from, so on and so forth. But what was that paper about?
That doesn't quite concern you right now.
Well, anyway, I'm Okinos. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Pleased to meet you. I'm Velarine.
Okay, Velarine. Why don't we get some mead? Although you're gonna have to talk to the barkeep.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with my garments, my vestments that I'm currently wearing, but I don't partake in drinking.
No, I'm not familiar.
I'm a nun.
Oh.
Thank you for the offer.
I see. I see. Okay.
Damn.
I think I missed that part.
Damn.
Well, anyway, could you buy me some alcohol?
Absolutely not. And at this point, I'm just gonna walk away to go look at the other people in the room and see if there's an empty seat I can find, because this guy is a
Racist.
As you turn around and you look at the room, you see it is jam-packed with people. Every time someone gets up and leaves, someone sits down right in their spot. But of course, there's this one table at the far side from you, which has a unique-looking elf and a massive orc sitting at it, which has open seats.
All right, and I will make my way over there.
Anything else from you, Okinos?
No.
Are you just gonna?
I'm gonna go sit at a table by myself in defeat.
Well, as you look for a table that you can sit by yourself, you do not see one. The only table with 3 seats is the one that the nun that just so beautifully shut you down is walking towards.
Okay, then I'm just gonna follow her and ask if she wants to be friends. I'm new in town. What's up?
All right, fantastic. You guys want to RP that?
Okay.
Okay. Display this walking away scene for me, Shanley.
Okay, so
Valerine. Sorry.
after that interaction, neck is craning, looking around the crowds, and I see the giant and the pretty elf at the table, and I go, by gods, I think those are the only seats here. What a way to draw even more attention to myself. And I start shuffling over through the crowd, trying to, make my way through people, not brush up into anyone, and just squeeze my way over there.
Okay. Then I'm gonna hit a backflip over the crowd. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna follow and be like, hey, wait a minute. Like, I want to ask more questions. Type.
I turn around and I go, by gods, you're gonna follow me, aren't you?
What? I thought we could be friends.
Well, I guess those are the only seats open. We'll just make our way over.
Let's go.
Okay.
So who's sitting at this table currently? What's before my eyes again?
You see the unique-looking elf, and you see a massive, intimidating-looking orc with Valerine walking to join them.
Okay. Can I come up to the table?
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess before we do that, you guys are walking up to the table. Let's go to Zundor. So Zundor, you are walking over to the gentleman with the mug. And what do you want to do? What are you doing? These 2 fucking dogs are going insane in the background.
I go, excuse me, are you part of the local Potters Guild?
He kind of turns around and looks at you, and he goes, well, and you see it's an older man. He goes, oh yes, I am. I work down in the crafting district. Can I help you with something, young man?
Do you know who Junjun is? And or I guess like, are you connected to him? I'm trying to meet him and become his apprentice.
Ah, Junjun. Yes, I am very familiar with Junjun. Everyone knows Junjun. He is a bit of he's an odd one. He's definitely an odd one. Not many friends. He's a bit volatile. I can't say I've ever heard of him taking an apprentice, so Sonny, I wouldn't get your hope up, but regardless, he kind of looks down and he notices your hand, and he sees that you're missing, or he can guess that you're missing fingers because, as you recall, you woke up with a strange glove that has prosthetic fingers. And he goes, actually, Junjun runs a shop that is called... I know this. He actually runs a shop called the 3 Fingers, and I believe he himself is missing fingers. Perhaps that element in common would set you up for some success with him. But nevertheless, yes, you can find him in the crafting district if you were to, and he gives you directions to go take a left out of the tavern, go to the city kind of center, and take the southernmost road. And that road will lead you to like the harbor area where many of the crafting shops are. He says, there's one in particular location, it's a road that dips down, and it dips down to beneath the ground level, and there you can find the 3 Fingers. It's very hard to miss. I'm sure you can find it easily.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the information. I'll definitely, that's gonna be my next step. Hopefully, probably tomorrow. But yeah, thank you so much for the information.
Of course, Sonny. Of course. Best of luck to you.
And I guess I'm looking around for a seat because I don't have a seat yet to sit down.
That's true. And shockingly enough, there is a single table with you see a single table with empty seats that has a very ethereal-looking elf, a intimidating orc, and then you see a hooded figure with a spunky little tiefling following her, heading to it. And you see that there is definitely space for you to sit there.
Okay, so I'm gonna make my way and to sit at this empty seat and try to kind of fade in and have a good time tonight.
Absolutely. So you head over there, and we will get this other person in soon enough. But let's go back to Silvermist and Dread sitting at this table as Velarine and Okanos approach. What do you guys, what do you say? What do you do? Any of you?
I see them approaching me, and there's like a scratch at the back of my brain. And I look very confused seeing them.
You do,
'cause
yes.
It feels like I've seen them before.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yes, as she says this, yes, Silvermist, Velarine, Okanos, and Zundor, you do all get this scratch. You're not sure what it is, but it's almost like deja vu. And you whether you saw them in your dreams or whatever, you get that feeling about the four of you.
My brain feels funny. I'm gonna ask.
I see Valerine, and I remember the woolen sock hat in my bag. And I perk up, and I say, "But pardon me, but have I met you before?"
Now, yes, you all have an itch in your brain, but as far as you have not met before. It's just that weird sense of familiarity. So, just context.
And then I take off my boots and show that I have the same sock that these two individuals, Silvermist and Velarine, have as well.
And I reach into my little traveling pack and I pull out a similar looking sock hat to be determined what it actually is. And I go, "It's strange. I have the exact same item, but I don't recall having ever met either of you." And I go, "If these seats aren't taken, would you mind if myself and whatever this thing is take a seat with you?" And I gesture to Okinos behind me.
I'm gonna look over at Dread and just be like, "Oh yes, by all means, we have space for you."
I would be very puzzled seeing all of these people have a strange sock in common.
Yes, you would.
To start to wonder
Yeah.
what's going on.
So yeah, both Dread and Okanos. Yeah, you see these people talking about this strange, very hand knitted woolen sock that's like a dark beige color, and yeah, they're just whipping this shit out in the middle of this tavern talking about it.
I would be confused and think that the drink has gotten to me, but I would start asking questions.
Okay. Here. So this applies to all of you. I just wanted to give you some ideas or some things with role playing. You are absolutely not required, if you're not quite sure what your character would say, you absolutely do not have to go full on with a voice and like act it out. You can always narrate it and say like, oh, like my character asks about XYZ or so on and so forth. Just like, if you're sitting there and you're not quite sure what your character would say, you can narrate their intent and we can roll with that. I'll do that a lot, like when it came to telling you the directions of how to get to places. So as we're getting into more roleplay, I figured I'd just lay that out there for you guys. So yeah, what do you ask?
I would ask how they all came to obtain this strange beige sock. And I would direct it at Valerie as she sits down to the table.
And clutching this item in my hands, I look over and I go, you know, I'm not quite sure myself where this came from. And I look over at Silver Mist and I go, do you have any idea what this even is?
I'm gonna look at her sock. I'm gonna look at mine. I'm gonna look at the other socks. And then she's gonna scrunch up her face and take out a pearl from her pack. I'm gonna ritually cast Identify.
Okay. Yes, you identify the sock, and it is a woolen ass sock with a kind of like a shrink and a enlarge spell on it. So as you've noticed at some point, it shrinks and gets bigger to fit whatever it is on. Outside of that, it's just a sock or a hat. Who knows?
Well, I have tried to determine what it exactly is, and it is just a woolen sock with a spell cast on it to make it bigger or smaller to fit whichever you want to fit.
Have y'all considered y'all just bought the same sock from the same vendor?
And with this knowledge from Silver Mist, I look at the sock hat in my hands, and I look over at Dread, and I go, it must be quite difficult for you to find socks in your size. Am I correct to assume that?
I would notice the symbol on these socks that they're magical and they can change size, and I would be tempted to persuade to take them from them. Because it's hard to find socks in my size.
Damn, I was gonna offer you my sock, you don't gotta rob me.
I would persuade you.
I was gonna give it to you.
Wait, okay, hold on. Okay, wait. Okay, so Dread, what are you doing? You're gonna grab it from her, or are you gonna try to you were gonna persuade her to give it to you?
I want to persuade her, yes.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, she's willing to give it to you, but what do you what do you say? Do you know what you would say, or are you just like you're just going all in? Like, look, I need that sock.
I wouldn't just want her sock. I would want all of the socks.
All of the
for
socks.
myself. From all of them, yes.
Okay, okay, so yeah, okay, so you're gonna try to persuade them, and as this conversation is going on, and you know, you can kind of like think about like what it is you're gonna say. As this conversation is going on, from outside the tavern, you hear a blood-curdling scream. And you hear a blood-curdling scream as this person kind of barrels in through the doors and just like, boom! And goes, help! Oh! Help! It's chasing after me! It's chasing! Ah! And if you were to look around, you would watch this massive claw reach in, grab him, and just pluck him out of the tavern.
Oh shit!
Whoa.
Oh,
Yeah.
Seeing this happen, I jump to my feet, slam my hands on the table, look to everyone around me, and I say, if any of you are any good at fighting, come with me, and even if you're not, sacrifice as help. And I start heading to the door.
okay. Hearing that, I'm grabbing my shield and heading after her.
All right. So, does everyone follow?
Yes.
To arms!
To arms! Yeah,
Grab
people
my
are
staff and run out.
people are like whispering, like, what the fuck was that? And as you all head out, you come into the scene of a
Damn,
werewolf.
One's already out there.
Yeah, one's already out there. Goddamn.
Oh,
With the
You come
Warhammer.
into the scene of a werewolf. It grabbed this person from the door and dragged it, and it's like sitting on the other side of the street and just like, eating it, or trying to eat it. As it kind of turns its head back and forth and sniffs the air, you can see a hastily crafted muzzle on it. So it's like trying to get it, and it can't, and it like holds this person up by the hands and snap its arm and just like drains the blood into its mouth. And you can see that it is covered in wounds, as if it was like just escaping from a fight. And why is Okanos always like
I
spinned?
don't know.
He bonky.
He's a
He
little
Yeah.
bonky
crazy.
as hell.
Yeah, so
Haven't
goofy.
figured that out yet.
So, yes, you're all here. Enough. No barking. You're all here, and this werewolf is sitting there. What do you guys want to do?
I would charge towards it.
Okay.
Is the person still alive or no?
So it looks like they're like kind of weakly slapping at this thing. Their arm is, snapped in an unnatural direction. It's being held up. This person's like trying to punch a werewolf, but their time is definitely numbered.
Okay, so seeing that, I'm gonna reach out and yell, run! And then I'm gonna cast Sanctuary on them.
Okay. With the casting of Sanctuary, I will need you all to roll initiative.
Okay. Ooh! I got
Um,
a 17.
So Matt, that will be a D20 plus your dexterity modifier.
I got 15 plus 2 is a 17. Me and Silver missed
Oh.
match again.
Did you say dexterity, Nate?
When
Dexterity,
we
yes.
rollies. We rollies.
So I'm 18.
Hey, all right, nice. Okay, what a
I
fucking
got it.
gamer.
One
One's
more.
that?
I got
Okay,
it.
so
But I rolled natural 1.
and then, oh, sorry, Bellarine and Silvermist, you guys,
Both 17.
yeah, so you got to roll
Yeah.
What?
Oh.
How?
Yeah, I rolled 3.
How does that happen every time?
again. Yeah, right. Every
I
single
know,
fucking
right?
time.
Fourth time
We're
in a
meant
row.
to be-
I rolled 16.
Okay, so you go first.
Oh, thank you very much.
18 for me.
I got 9.
Okay, great. So, sorry, Bellarine, you go first.
What?
Was it Bellarine? Did you go first, or did?
Yes.
Okay.
Valorine
Yeah,
goes
I go
first.
There's so many people. Oh my goodness.
How does it work with who goes first?
It's whoever. If so, they have the same dexterity, so they got the same number. So they just if people roll the same number, whoever has the higher dexterity goes first. But since they had the same, they just rolled against each other to see who got the higher number.
I see.
Bash, sorry, Okanos, what is your dexterity?
9. 9.
It's
Nine?
3.
Oh.
I rolled a 4 total.
No, I know. What is your straight dexterity?
Oh, my straight dexterity?
Yeah.
16.
Oh, okay. The werewolf also got 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
Loser. Loser.
Dumb wolf.
Idiot. Imagine not having opposable thumbs.
All right. So you cast Sanctuary on the person. Okay. Oops, that's not what I. Oh, I want this.
Music is so fire, man.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah.
It's great. I love it.
Oh, okay, nice. Okay, so you cast Sanctuary. Well, Dread, why don't you start us off with this little combat encounter? So, how combat works is you can move, and then you have an action and a bonus action. As a warlock, it'll tell you what your movement speed is. It's probably 30 feet. And then you have, you can go whack him with your staff, or you can interact with the environment, or you can use one of your spells. I think you have Eldritch Blast. If you're a warlock, you probably have Eldritch Blast, because that's all warlocks do. It's just Eldritch Blast, over and over and over again. Yeah, so tell me, what are you going to do?
I would want to cast Toll of the Dead.
Okay, he will cast Toll of the Dead. So for Toll of the Dead, you will... Holy shit.
Yeah, this part's the foreign part to me. So
Yep, it'll...
You're the foreign part. You're not.
Hey.
You have the spell in front of you, like what does it say?
I have it written down. I have it.
I can tell you. So, for Toll of the Dead, you point at one creature you can see within range, and the sound of a dolorous bell fills the air around it for a moment. The target must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw. Hiya! Yeah, he's gonna pass that as an 18. So you kind of you point at this werewolf, and the sound of haunted kind of bells ring around him, but he just kind of just shakes it off and looks at you and just goes. Would you like to?
Am I allowed to attack again in this
No.
part? Or?
No.
I'm not. Okay.
Nope, that was your action.
You can move though if you.
You can
wanted
move, yes.
I would move closer to it.
Okay. So each of these boxes on the map is 5 feet, and you can move probably 30. So, and you can move your character around yourself. You can move it wherever you want. Just count squares.
I would move here. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Great. Velarine. With Silver Mist up next.
Well, let's go my turn. First thing I would do is point out to the rest of the group that it's very strange the way this werewolf is drinking this person.
Yep, because of the muzzle.
And I would say, is anyone familiar with this? As I'm preparing to cast. Bane!
Bane!
Yay!
Nice! Okay. What do I have to roll for Bane?
Charisma, I think.
Charisma?
Oh my gosh.
Wow, it's almost like she
does
plays
everything.
games.
Wow.
What's your
I
spell save
played a
DC?
lot of
Oh, it's another 18. Oh no.
Oh, no.
Mine's a 14, so I'm just gonna look around and go.
Oopsies.
This wolf is on crack.
Yeah.
Actually, these are all my rolls, so don't worry about it. Nothing's gonna happen after this.
I'm gonna start eating people
And
if I get these.
Isaiah, will you go ahead and roll initiative 2? Need to know where. Well, you'll see what happens.
You got 3.
I got it.
All right.
Nice.
Okay, great. Okay, Velarine, do you move?
No, I'm good.
Okay, Silver Mist, you're up with Zundor next.
Yeah, as I said, I'm gonna take out my tools. I'm gonna wave it around and cast it towards the person being held by the werewolf for sanctuary, so that he has at least some
Your sanctuary went off already. That happened.
Oh.
That happened, and then the fight started.
Oh.
Yep. So you can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then I would just look at the werewolf. I'm gonna put my hands together, and a flame-like radiance descends upon it as I cast Sacred Flame.
Okay.
It has to roll dexterity saving throw.
Can I get a third 18 in a row? Ooh, not quite. That will be a 15.
No, he succeeds.
Damn.
Oh my gosh.
And
my
no half
gosh.
damage. Yeah, no half damage. Okay.
Okay, so seeing that didn't work, I'm just gonna duck behind the doorway.
Okay. Okay. Zundor, you're up. with Mr. Okanos next.
Woo!
Yep. So I'm gonna pull out my warhammer and attack here.
Nice. Charge at him,
Gonna
just
move-
attack.
Yeah. Here we're gonna move up to him. Oh, I can't move my thing.
Yeah.
No.
Uh,
And it's like it has a gold circle around it. So.
I know. I made yours special, which I meant to make. You should be able to move it now. Thought I fixed it.
Right. So I go up to it and attack.
Fantastic. So,
Warhammer.
yep. So roll d20 and add your strength modifier and a +2.
Strength modifier.
Yep.
is +3. So we got 17.
Beautiful. That hits. Roll for damage.
He didn't hit it 18.
He did not
do
get. No.
D20 again.
Nope. For your damage, Warhammer d12.
Oh shoot. 1d8 +3 damage type.
There you go. 1d8. So d8 and then add 3.
3 +3 6, and then attack bonus +5. Or
No, that's to hit. So you add that 5. That's your strength modifier plus your proficiency. That's what you add to that d20 in the first place.
oh.
So yeah, so you rolled a 3, and then it's what, 3 + 3, so 6 total.
Yes. Yes.
Nice. All right. What do you do? Just swing your warhammer down?
Yeah, just bonk it on the head.
Hell yeah! A very crisp bonk as your warhammer kind of, boom, smacks his head, and it kind of glances off, but it leaves a nice gash as this putrid blood kind of trickles down. With Okanos, let's see it. Oh yeah. Okanos, you're up.
Is it 5 per square? Like
Yes, 5 per square.
normal? 3, 4, 5. Cool. I'm gonna go here.
Yep.
As I'm
Remember your sneak attack.
Yeah.
does he have?
Remember what I told
Yep.
you.
As long as you have someone else within 5 feet, you get sneak attack.
Oh,
And you have you might not have advantage.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I want to go here and like slide in
All right.
and try and take out like one of his feet underneath him.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look at Bellarine and say, you have to hit him, right?
Ooh. Okay.
How?
Go
Ooh,
ahead.
please.
Go ahead and add a 1d4 to your to hit roll.
Woo!
That's the rule of cool, everyone. If you flavor
Oh, no.
your attacks, I will give you a little bonus. Ooh. Rough. I don't think you would have to add anything to that, buddy. That does not hit.
Oh.
Yeah, you. What do? You kind of just swing wildly, and you slide in and kind of like, shoop shoop. But the rain on the ground lets you like spin around slightly, and so you just completely miss.
Damn, that was incredibly embarrassing.
Yes. Okay. So as this happens, the werewolf with the person still in his holding the person is going to swipe at Zundor. And he is going to swipe with ooh, not great. He's going to swipe with a 11. So Zundor, what is your armor class?
Armor class is 13.
Okay, perfect.
And I'm also holding a shield.
So it's
15.
yeah, so it'll be 15 total. So yeah, he swipes at you, and his claws just kind of, scrape against your shield, and he does not hit you. As this fight is going on, you guys all notice that, in addition to the muzzle on his face, there are a lot of open wounds on this werewolf's body, as if he has been fighting and perhaps, escaped from something. And as you are fighting from the alley down here, or from around the corner, a Githyanki with an afro runs around the corner. Drunslin, would you like to describe yourself to the party and introduce yourself?
Hello, losers. I'm here.
Oh my god, not another one.
What coming?
Um,
I am coming blazing.
would you like to describe yourself?
I'm a get Yankee with the afro.
That's
And,
it. All right.
Oh my god.
Some long pointy ear.
Okay. So you come. You hear this ruckus in the distance, people screaming, and so what do you just run towards it, or would you like to give it some flavor? What you're doing?
I run towards the 5 champions, if you will, attempting to what it looks like harm a stray dog, but they just can't land any of their attacks or spells on this thing. So I come in to give them some assistance.
Yeah, no. So you know it's raining, so and maybe a little bit foggy. So you hear some growling, and you see the shape of what would appear to be a big dog in the distance, with a bunch of people swinging at it and casting at it. And
I asked, why are you guys attacking this poor thing, this poor dog? Why are you bullying this poor animal?
Are you blind?
God. Okay, so yeah. So you are there at the moment. So we will then go back to Mr. Dread. And what would you like to do? While you do that, I'm just gonna fill up my dog's water bottle.
I'd be increasingly angry that I missed my first spell, considering I am a lot more powerful than a silly werewolf. But I would cast Hellish Rebuke.
Oh, that's a reaction. That's a reaction.
Oh, Hellish Rebuke is
Like, if you get attacked, you can cast that to deal
Yes.
damage.
I
because
even
they
wrote
attack.
that down. Why am I not reading what I'm writing? Then I think I'm going to cast the old classic Eldritch Blast.
Ooh, an Eldritch Blast. Okay.
Casting
Stepping out of the
Eldritch
box.
Blast?
Let's see it.
Damn.
That's a D20.
Roll an attack, range attack.
Yep, a D20 plus
Yours.
what do warlocks use?
What's your charisma modifier?
+4 charisma.
Okay, so +6 to your d20.
Yep.
So it will be 15.
Okay, that hits. Roll for damage.
So how do I roll for damage?
Um,
I got it.
a
I
D-
got
a
it.
D12.
Eldritch Blast is a D10.
Oh, a d10. My
Yep.
bad.
Roll
Oh,
D10.
man.
Yep, 1d10.
I believe Lily.
3. All right.
Oh.
So what do you? So Eldritch Blast. It is you kind of like shoot out a beam of crackling energy. Would you like to tell us what your Eldritch Blast looks like? What does the beam look like? What color it is?
So mine would be almost a violet black
Oof.
with tendrils coming out of the cracked lightning.
Beautiful. This impacts the werewolf's shoulder, and he just kind of like. "Rawr, rawr." And then we will go. Would you like to move at all, or are you good where you are?
I will actually move back in between my two new friends.
Okay. Then Velarine, you're up with Silver Mist up next.
I am going to. Where is the body of the injured person?
The werewolf still has it clutched in its grasp.
Okay, so I am going to run. Oopsies, I'm not tracking. I'm going to run up here to see if there's anything else I can identify about the wolf, because I see he's injured, and things aren't making sense to me now.
Okay.
Because
Why
he's
don't you?
injured.
Yeah.
He's eating this guy. What if he's doing that to heal?
Ah, got it. Okay, well, you can see, you don't, as he drinks the blood, you do not see his wounds closing up or anything like that. Why don't you give me a nature check?
Nature.
Nature.
Nature, read all about it. Da-da-da.
Onyx, did you really just lay down and pee?
I got a 14 plus.
Really?
Wow.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, yep, this dog just lay down and peed beneath him.
Oh, I thought you meant the werewolf did that. I was really confused.
How rude.
Crazy.
I don't see
The
how
werewolf
it
is named
on.
Onyx, totally.
Yeah, actually.
So, my apologies. Okay, yeah, so, you can kind of garner that he's not healing from it, but maybe he's just trying to replenish his strength. You know, eating so that he has more energy to do whatever.
Oh my gosh. Are we gonna beat the
Gosh.
fuck out of it still?
You're gonna beat the fuck out of it?
I'm going to share that information with the group and
Okay.
delay my turn, or like end my turn on that.
No, you're not gonna do anything.
You can delay it if you'd like to the end of the turn
Okay.
order.
I'll delay that.
It's
and
called
see
it's
how
called like
everyone
holding
else-
your action.
I'll hold
Whatever.
my
Yeah, I'll
action.
just let you do that. Yeah, okay. So, Silver Mist, you're up.
Wait, we're waiting. She's waiting to see what everyone else is doing?
I just like shared that information with everyone. I don't know if the group wants to keep killing it, or like with that information we want to like stop, drop, and roll assess.
Oh, well, okay. So we can deal non-lethal damage. So we can definitely just
Bludgeon it.
like, yeah, like whittle him down until, you know,
Okay.
we could. Yeah.
Dread is not happy with this.
Non-lethal what?
So yeah, so you could just tell the DM I want to do non-lethal damage
Okay.
so that he won't die.
Well, going forward, that's what I'm gonna be doing.
Okay. So it's my turn?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's your turn.
Okay, seeing as the Dragonborn is the only person who hit with like a melee attack, I'm gonna walk up to him, right? Take out a vial from my bag, and it's like it's crackling with like some kind of lightning stuff. I'm gonna hand it to Zundor and say, "Pour this on your weapon," and then I'm gonna move back to the door
Okay.
and do Sacred Flame again.
All right.
So dexterity
Oh, yeah.
saving throw.
That is a 12.
Oh, it succeeds.
Oh, it hits.
Okay.
All right.
Yay!
Oh
Finally.
no, I rolled badly. It deals 2 radiant damage.
Nice. Very nice.
Is there any way we can see how much health the werewolf has?
Hell no, you cannot.
So yeah, that ends my turn.
Okay. So what I can tell you is the werewolf still looks very strong. It looks strong. Still very vital.
Okay.
All right, Zundor, you're up.
Yeah, so I applied this vial that Silver Mist gave me to my battle axe and attack.
Okay, what does that vial? Oh, go ahead and roll to hit. And then
Roll d20.
yep. Plus I think what was it? Oh,
Plus-
you're good. That hits. So
Okay.
what's this
Oh.
vial?
So it's an oil for your weapon, and it deals 2d6 thunder damage. Like in addition to the damage that you would deal.
Goddamn. Okay. So give me a what was it? A D8 plus
For
3.
my damage.
Yep.
Yeah,
D8
one
plus
d8
3?
plus 3. Yeah, so here I'll roll the d8. And I roll a 3 plus 3, that's 6.
And then
Okay.
2d6.
Fuck is 2d6.
So like as he hits, it's gonna like make a
Is it this one?
beeping sound.
That's it. Yep.
Oh, it's a 10. Okay.
Nice. Okay, so that's 16 damage. Chunky. Very
Let's
good.
Go.
Yeah. So I forgot to mention this earlier, but your first blow, it didn't really seem to have much effect, but this one, it like you bonked it and it a little blood came out, but this strike, the werewolf kind of like boom. Falls to the side as this explosion of thunder and lightning kind of crackles off of it. And he like stumbles to his leg and gets up and just roars in your face. A big roar. Yeah.
So that oil stays for 10 rounds.
Perfect. And then Okino, so you're up next.
Okay, seeing everyone running away from the wolf confuses me. So I guess I'm gonna attack him with the hilt of my sword instead of the blade.
The hilt of, okay.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
For non-lethal, I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you. Sure.
I guess I'm gonna roll.
Yep. Same old roll.
Oh, that's gonna miss. So
What is it? What, plus what?
plus
Should be probably 5 or 6.
the sword
Yeah, so it'll be plus
It's +5
plus 5.
because he has dexterity of 16, right?
that hits.
Yeah.
Oh, that hits.
That hits.
I'm Timothy.
Oh, you can do your sneak attack damage.
You
Let's
can.
go.
Which I think is 2
D6.
D6s.
Is it 2d6?
2d6.
You get another every odd level.
Nice.
It's let me make sure that's what I read.
Like for level 3, that seems like a lot.
Yeah.
Ragu. Where's
The amount of
Ragu?
extra damage you gain increases by 1d6 every odd level you gain in this class, to a maximum of 10d6 at 19.
So 2d6?
2d6?
No. So at level, nope. Yep, you're right. At level 3, you get 2d6.
Yeah.
It's not every odd level. Okay, I guess it is, but. Yep.
Honking damage.
If you remember how you do multiple.
Just 2d6.
So
Yep.
that would be
No space.
8 total with the proficiency bonus.
I don't think does sneak attack give proficiency? I don't.
No.
No.
It's just 2d6, and then your weapon
Your
damage
separate attack.
plus your plus 3.
Oh, that's what I meant. It says 3p. I assume that meant proficiency.
You peed over there
No.
too? What
That
the fuck?
the 3 is coming from your dexterity.
Oh, it means 3 piercing. Oh,
Yes.
You only have 3 piercings?
Yeah.
Wait, I only have 3 piercings. Never mind.
I never
Imagine.
watched
I
this
have
dog
4.
word.
Imagine. Oh,
I'm a
awkward.
real guy.
You're
Wow.
All right. So how much damage?
none. You missed.
8. Yeah, 8.
8 total.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, you rolled
Bonk.
low?
Yeah.
I hit a 1.
Oh no.
A 1 and a 4.
Oh
Plus
no.
3.
How does math work? Okay.
Wait, but you didn't roll your weapon damage. You just rolled your sneak
The
attack.
Sneak attack, yeah.
Is that separate?
Yes.
Yes, it's separate.
Really?
Yes.
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 I roll 3 d for level 3?
Yep.
Yes.
That sounds crazy.
Rogues are crazy. That's why I was
That's
like,
what sneak attack is.
yeah.
Okay. So in that case, oh, You
Okay.
went from 8 to
Nice.
14.
Okay, no. Okay, so that's a 6 plus a 3 on your weapon damage, right? So that's
Yep.
9 plus 5, so 14. Yeah.
14? Am I just bad at math?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sheesh. Okay.
I bonked the shit out of him.
I'm glad I don't have to do
Okay.
numbers like
Yeah. Right. All right. So, with that, Drunslin, what are you doing?
Still can't figure out why they're beating up this poor wolf, but you know what? It seems like fun. So I'm gonna
Oh.
just move off to the side over here and give him a little bit of a Toll of the Dead.
Yeah. As you get closer, you start to see that this is not, in fact, a wolf. It is a werewolf, and
Ah.
things become more clear. And that was a what is it? Wisdom saving throw I got to do?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a nat 20, baby. Oof.
Oh, get wrecked.
Oof.
Okay.
Get fucked, Afro man.
Actually.
Damn.
All right, so the werewolf, now looking battered and bloody, is going to look at you all and is then going to is going to start running the fuck away. And
Coward.
so I need. Ooh, this could be bad. I need
run, you
Okinos. I need Zundor, and Velarine. You can all make basic melee attack rolls.
Attack of opportunity.
Yep.
We rolled a hit first.
Can you do that?
Yeah,
with
roll to hit.
lethal damage.
Roll. Yes, sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I hit.
Damn.
I hit.
Okay.
Oh damn. Okay.
Wait,
Mine
is
was
it
a 9.
Why
D20
couldn't I
or a
hit that when I
D8?
spit
A D20. So Velarine, is that 9 total?
9 plus. What am I adding?
Your proficiency and your strength modifier. Your attack to hit thing.
It's 10. I rolled 10 total.
Okay.
I think mine would be a 14.
Okay.
total.
That hits. And Okinos, that hits. So give me damage rolls for your weapon. No sneak attack for you, Okinos. Just a straight damage roll.
I got a 2 plus
And-
1B.
And for you, it is. Oh, you poor
Yeah.
baby on a nat 22.
And I look at him, I look at this bitch who called me out earlier, and I go, you know, you're supposed to do damage, right?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, well, how about you try doing 14 damage in one roll?
Yeah.
And Velarine, how much did you do?
Hang on.
I did.
3.
or
Okay.
sorry, it was 2 plus 1 bludgeoning.
Okay. So Okay.
That's lower damage than I did.
So yeah, you
did.
you hit you both
Thunder
hit,
did.
and your weapons mostly glance off of its thick hide, but you do a little bit of damage.
5 to make a.
I rolled
Big
8
one.
plus 3, so I get 11.
That just misses, unfortunately.
Wow.
So yeah, this werewolf runs away, and mid-run, it brings the thing back up, the body of the guy back up, who's still screaming and kind of like punching the werewolf, and it just tears the person's throat out and drops to the ground.
Oh, damn.
Well, it's
Wait,
time for me to
wait,
leave.
but
Oh,
but
sorry. Yes,
Thunder-
yes, I have to do wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Did Zunder do his 2d6 damage as well?
He missed.
No,
Oh, he
I
made-
I hit because it was a
11.
the D20, right? My D. No,
Yeah.
that was the attack.
Yeah.
No,
But
you
to
for
attack,
D20.
Oh, you rolled
got a
a
5.
5.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah, that
missed.
missed.
Okay.
Yes.
I was gonna
So-
say you rolled an 8. That's incredible.
Hey, on it. Stop it. Okay, so that is a 16 wisdom saving throw. Or sanctuary, by the way.
Oh, hang on. 16 wisdom.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
No.
Wait. I lost my spell. Ah. Okay. Yeah, it hit.
No.
Yeah, so he tears out the throat of this person, drops their lifeless corpse to the ground. And then we will go back up to Dread.
So the werewolf is currently running away, yeah?
Yes, the werewolf is fleeing.
Howard.
Does the werewolf have dark vision?
You don't know.
You do not know.
Well, I would like to I would cast dark vision on the werewolf. Sorry, darkness.
What?
Darkness,
Oh.
sorry.
Sure. Yeah, okay. Yeah, a circle of magical darkness kind of appears around the werewolf, which conceals it from everyone's sight.
It also makes him not be able to see and
Yes,
flee, no?
he cannot see through it. That is true.
Okay, good. I don't have to roll for darkness, do I?
No.
No.
Yeah, that's fine then. I would move closer. So my range is 30 feet, right?
Yes.
So I can move here. Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. And then we will go to Fellerine. Keep in
I
mind,
would like
you cannot see into this darkness. Yeah, okay. Yes, sorry, go ahead.
I would like to spare the dying, the victim of the werewolf.
Okay. Okay, great. Yeah, so he dropped this person right around here. So that body is within the field of the darkness. It's what, 50?
Fuck. I might
If-
just
Through
cast this,
darkness.
Yeah,
Darkness.
Do you
15 foot
have
radius.
like any spells that can make light? Because that could, well, that would render the darkness useless. Never mind.
Can I run at it?
Can
Yeah,
you
you run at it.
make her do a perception check or something, or investigation?
So what exactly is your plan?
To run at where I last saw the body before the darkness was cast. Probably
Yeah.
trip over it and then cast Spare the Dying on whatever I can touch.
This is a very poorly drawn, whatever. Yeah, no, absolutely. So you run in, darkness surrounds you, but your foot hits the body on the ground, and you can absolutely cast Spare the Dying.
Oh,
I hope it misses.
You
you
hear
can't. So eat
you
shit.
hear the ragged breathing kind of stabilize,
Yay.
as yes, that person is kept from dying.
Fantastic.
Yes. We will go to Silvermus next.
Okay, so he's in a magical darkness,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
My question is, if I fairy fire him, because it outlines.
Yeah.
It outlines.
Sure. I know what you're going for.
colors, would it work?
Yes.
Would it work?
Yes.
It's just like, yes, you
Sure.
could do that.
I know that. Yeah, that makes
I know
sense.
what you
Absolutely.
do.
So yeah, I'm gonna
Don't
take
ruin
all
my
tools down
darkness.
and, like,
So Fair Fire
Like-
highlights
keep a-
now. Oh, sorry. So just for Dread, Matt, Fairy Fire will just highlight the werewolf so that you guys can kind of see it better within the darkness.
Oh, I love you, Lily. I mean, Silverman. Yes, good.
Yes, but it will also highlight Valerian and the victim.
Perfect.
So they have to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. okie.
Ooh, nat 1 for the werewolf.
Yeah, let's go. You have all advantage against these creatures.
Yeah. I got a 5.
Okay, so you're also.
You're also fairy fired.
Wahoo!
And
So the wolf will be able to see you.
the body on the ground is not fairy fired.
Okay, great.
Anything else, Silvermist?
That's all I can do right now.
Okay. And then next we'll have Zundor. Hello.
So
Wait,
you can see the werewolf like having sparkles outlining its body.
And you
Okay,
can
so I can see it in the fog. Okay.
yes, and you can
Yeah, you-
just make it right here.
I have enough.
Yep, to just barely make it.
Nice. Well, let's fucking bring out the warhammer.
All right.
Yeah. let's
So,
go.
So darkness would usually make it so that you are attacking at a disadvantage, but then fairy fire would give you advantage, so those cancel
Yes.
out.
Okay.
So just a
Okay.
regular old d20 roll.
Nice.
What's the point of my darkness?
Just to complicate things. Just to
11.
complicate
The wolf can't see.
That's a hit.
Zundor.
things. Nice. Well,
And is that 11 plus 5?
Yes.
Damn it.
Yes, so 16.
Yes, sorry. Now I roll 1d8 plus 3.
Plus 2d6.
Oh
Right.
yeah, plus d6, yeah.
Ooh, okay.
So,
6.
So 6 there, and then the 2d6. Another.
Oh,
So 9.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh. All right. Your hammer crackling with thunder strikes down at the werewolf, and you smack him. And once again, a howl of pain as lightning kind of flashes, and briefly the darkness is illuminated. Velarine and Zundor, within you can see that this blow dealt a serious damage, and the werewolf seems to be like battered, bloodied, and just standing, but it is still standing. So next we will have Okinos.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is there a gap between the like tavern and that building that he's by?
Right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Is it 1 square wide, or what?
Yeah, we'll say it's 1 square wide.
Okay. Then can I do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30?
Yep.
And then can I use my dash action?
Yes, you can.
And 5, and 15.
So as you're gonna walk by the
Maybe here.
werewolf, well, he is gonna strike at you. Just with because you walk by him, you enter his combat range and leave it, but at disadvantage. Disadvantage. You're good. You're good.
You rolled
A nat 20 and a 5.
oh damn.
nice.
That's a bad.
Okay, so yeah, you walk by
Okay.
him, and you're gonna stand there.
I'll stand here.
Okay. Okay, and then Drunslin.
Wait, but that was a bonus action. Dash is a bonus action for you.
Oh, that's true. It is. Yep.
So you can attack if you like.
I don't think I can.
Yeah,
Yep,
you can.
Yep. Cunning
I think-
dash is a bonus
I'm
action.
almost positive dash takes your act. Your
No,
attack action.
Rogues have
You're a
cunning
rogue.
dash. You have cunning dash, which is you can use dash and disengage as a bonus action.
Oh,
Yeah, and hide.
then I'm
and
gonna
hide.
go here. That's what I'm.
All right.
Yep. And I'm gonna attack Wolfie guy.
Okay. Once again, you have disadvantage because of darkness, but advantage because of fairy fire. So just a straight regular attack roll.
Okay. Ooh,
Ooh.
I think I paid it.
Ooh. All right.
3d6. 3d6.
So do I get technically
You
if you're in disadvantage, you can't use sneak attack, but also he's
You have-
disadvantaged as well.
No, but you have an ally 5 feet next to
yes.
you.
If
Yeah,
you have an
but
ally,
it's-
you don't need that advantage.
Oh,
And you don't have disadvantage because it all cancels out. So you can still make a sneak attack, but Ash, you don't have to, because you're gonna deal the final blow, and I'd like you to tell us how you want to do it.
oh, let's fucking go. How tall is this guy?
Werewolf, he should be about 7 feet tall.
Okay, I'm gonna jump up in the air, hit him on the bottom of his snout with my sword, and then he's gonna catch a left hook right across the fur. And he's just gonna crumble into Xandor's arms.
Okay, so he like crumples backwards into falling on Sundor.
Yeah,
Damn. All right, that's kind of rude, but that's fine. Sure.
it was an accident,
Great. So
probably.
more sad than I. That's fine. Whatever. Yeah. So the werewolf just with that final bump, he slumps down, unconscious because you guys did that, and he kind of topples into Zundor's arms. And Zundor, do you catch it or what do you do as it falls backwards towards you?
Yeah, catch it, but the weight, I mean, he's heavy one, so.
You're a big boy. I would say you can probably, if you want to catch it, you can catch it.
Sure, I'll catch him. Well, I guess, do we roll if I can catch
No.
him? or not?
Catch it. I'll just give it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, so as it slumps down and Zundor catches it, Dread, you can choose to kind of undo the magical darkness if you would like.
I would.
Please, it's so dark.
I would undo it.
Yes, you as the darkness
Away over here.
as the darkness disappears, there you see Zundor kind of holding this werewolf as its limp, kind of like tongue limp out of its mouth, and it's just kind of lazy. And as you guys are kind of gathering around, from around this corner over here, a man appears.
Whoa!
This man appears, and
Professor
Oh.
Armor Wiener.
yeah, he kind of, with his staff, he walks around and he goes, "Well, look at this. It seems someone has caught my prey. Igor, write this down." And his little, homunculus-looking henchman walks around and goes, "Yes, yes, of course, master." As he takes out a notebook and starts writing it down. And he goes, "Hello, adventurers. My name is Victor Hoyd, and that is my werewolf." And that's where we'll end for the night.
Ooh.
I'm gonna invest in better leashes. Good night.